I need to figure out the fuck what you think, but I'll do it on the fly. Do it live.
You know, I was thinking the other day.
That I'm tasty.
No. That dude that does the fucking let's get ready to rumble.
Oh yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Like that dude. Yeah, he just did it at a football game. That's where I saw it. And I thought, I'm like, how rich is that guy? Just
Right.
off of fucking saying 5 words. You know? Like, that's crazy. One phrase has made that dude rich as fuck.
Did that guy start with boxing or UFC or?
He started with Bruce Buffer started with boxing. His brother does it now for the UFC.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, his brother. There's a guy in front of.
How old is he?
Oh, he's got to be old. He's 50, 60, 60, 70.
Say in the 90s, he jock jams, right?
Yeah, that's what they took. Yeah.
All right, let's kick it.
Yeah, ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Can I kick it? Yes,
In this
you can.
episode of the Red Eye Report, we talk about a few mysterious disappearances throughout history. With me this week is the Old Yeller of Wisconsin, Ashtray.
Oh, Yeller, come back, Yeller.
His parents tried to make him disappear multiple times throughout his history. They dropped him off at the dump, threw him in the river, tried to pay off the Mexican cartels to take him south of the border, but alas, Old Yeller found his way back to the farm. The struggle continues.
That's right. Licking my butt the whole way.
Also with us tonight is Teddy. He's been trying to disappear for years, but each time he hops on his bike to ride off into the sunset, he realizes that he has a podcast to record every Wednesday or Thursday night, and he can't bring himself to do it. Thanks, buddy.
Only because you fuckers won't give me the antidote, so I can
Yeah.
be free of this wretched hell.
We also have the birthday boy, Mystic. About the only chance he has
don't
at,
go saying that shit.
at disappearing is
Happy
dressing up like
birthday
Grimace
Day
to you.
Grimace.
and hanging out at the local McDonald's. I don't
You
blame
know,
him.
He's
blame
a
him.
butt plug.
A butt plug? I thought he was a taste bud.
A taste bud?
Yeah, he's a taste bud.
Who
He's
is?
a butt plug, dude.
Grimace is a taste bud.
And
Oh.
the name Grimace
That's what he's
too.
supposed to-
I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, good
Oh,
point.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, that is a
Yeah,
good
you
point.
win there.
Right. Finally, there's me, Oracle. I'm still here, but my dignity left my body shortly after starting this show. I think the only chance I'd have to get it back is to give the Pope a handy. That's how it works, right?
He likes him.
I guess that beats dressing up like Grimace. Fuck it. This is the Red Eye Report, and let's get ready to rumble. I can't do it.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Okay, that one was pretty good.
There you go.
That was a
There
decent
you go.
one.
There you
It's
go,
called being
Teddy.
a man, motherfuckers. Jesus.
I can do it,
Yeah.
but I don't want
No, you
to.
can't.
I don't
Shut
want
up.
to. I don't
Whatever,
want to
bro.
fucking make you guys like
Mhm.
get
We'll
hard.
do
on
it in
me.
the death
wanna
metal.
fuck me. Wanna fuck me.
So
That's not gonna happen.
I looked up some internet lists, like list verses of mysterious disappearances throughout history. There are several lists online from reputable sources.
Several.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listverse.edu.
But before we go, let's do a moment of inhalants.
Oh, you're back in RI. You can do one now. Huh?
I can, but it'd put me to sleep.
Oh, come on.
Here, I'll do some nicotine.
It's the same Oracle.
You're not
I
going to
know
fall
it's not the
asleep while
same.
you're hosting the show.
Yeah, you're not Teddy.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Stay up super late after you're done here?
Maybe I'm a fucking superhero that fights crime in Providence
Right.
at night.
No, you're not. You got a fucked up sciatic nerve. No, you're not. Don't even try
Yeah,
that shit.
straight. Put your fucking shirt on. dude.
I'm
What the fuck?
sciatica,
Oh,
man.
You guys put that money back. My back
I
is
was
killing
sweating
me.
earlier.
All right, so first up, we have the Mary Celeste. Have we heard of the Mary Celeste?
I've heard of this one.
Is that a ship?
That is a ship.
Oh, really?
Sounds like a ship, a
pretty
real
fucking
slut ship.
weird.
Disappearing white
Real
people. Who
slut.
cares?
Yeah, it was a real slut ship. It was.
So
It went down.
the Mary Celeste, on December 5th, 1872, while sailing through rough weather, the British brig de Gracia sighted a seemingly abandoned ship drifting through the Atlantic near the Azores Islands, about 1,000 miles west of Portugal. So when they boarded the Mary Celeste, they found everything in perfect order, with even the crew's clothes neatly packed away, yet no people anywhere to be found. The only clues about the lack of people were a disassembled pump in the hold and a missing lifeboat. So began one of the most enduring mysteries of the sea. So the sails were still up. Everything was completely in order, and they
They just
had.
jumped ship.
Well, where would they jump ship to, and why? The ship
Well, I mean,
was in
okay,
completely
there's
good
one
order.
lifeboat. How many people are on the ship?
So let me see if
And
it's...
how many could a lifeboat hold? Lifeboat hold? You know.
So let's see.
How
here.
many hoes can a lifeboat hold? If
There
a
was a
whole
6 month
lifeboat could hold hoes.
6 month food supply was still intact.
They're still intact. Wow.
The cargo was untouched. So it'd be weird if it was, pirates or whatever, and if it was
Yeah,
like a
right.
plague, they'd be on the ship.
Yeah.
And they never found it.
What year was this?
Well,
so
how
this-
many? It doesn't say how many people
1872.
were
I
on
don't
the
know how
ship?
many people. I think I
1872.
I think I saw like 12 somewhere, but I'm not entirely
A
sure.
lifeboat can hold
Man.
12. I mean, those motherfuckers
But
left.
Depends,
why
yeah.
would they get on the lifeboat? That's the thing.
Because
Yeah.
aliens started following them. They fucking left. What
Yeah,
the fuck is
something
that?
went
I don't know. Let's go.
Something went down, but nobody will ever know, and that's the shame of it.
Well,
that is the
yeah.
shame.
Did they say how many was in the crew?
No, god damn it. I've said I don't know how many
Wow.
were on the goddamn crew.
Said he thinks it was 12.
I thought it was
Holy
fucking
shit.
12.
Only because of one lifeboat.
So
No, he said, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Go
my
ahead.
God. Just stop.
It's going to be a good, I mean, really.
meaningless details aside, everything was intact. So one theory is they had a cargo of industrial ethanol on board, and that was still there. I mean, I don't know if like the
It's
fumes
basically alcohol, right?
or some shit
Ethanol.
like made them go crazy, and they fucking like hallucinated and left the ship. I mean, we're not gonna know, but it is kind of weird.
So yeah, they basically just found the ship.
They found
but
the ship
nobody from it.
completely
Wow.
intact.
At least the merchant's like, well, you got my ship back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then they took it back for salvage after that.
I would
So-
have burned that ship. See, that's the problem with white people. You burn that shit. You don't take it back. Everybody disappeared. You know what happened? All she know, yeah, what do you want?
Yeah,
take
you
it
know
back?
what they
No,
did?
burn
They-
that bitch.
They cut
Burn
it down and built it into other ships, and now they
Okay,
haunted
now-
other ships.
Yeah, now you got 500 haunted ships instead of the
Yep.
one you could have fucking burned.
So, have you ever heard of the lost city of Z?
Wasn't there like a series or a movie about that?
I think there's a movie about that. I haven't seen it. So Percy Harrison Fawcett. So Fawcett was
What
an
a name!
Yeah,
Percy
right.
Harrison Fawcett.
He was an explorer and had served in the army earlier in his life. He later went down in history after disappearing during his search for an ancient city called Z in the Amazon jungle. Tales of an ancient civilization with mysterious towers that emitted a strange light fascinated him. After making some promising finds during preliminary investigations, Fawcett, his son Jack, and Jack's close friend Raleigh Rimmel, that's a great name, set off north towards their hometown Chiabwa. When they were about 400
Nailed
miles
it.
away from where they started, Fawcett instructed his Brazilian assistants to head back home and take a letter to his wife. In the letter, Fawcett advised his wife not to fear failure. Nothing was ever heard of Fawcett, his son, or Raleigh again. A few years later, a Swiss man reported to have encountered Fawcett, then an old man. Stefan,
Only a few years later.
and well, Yeah, so they gathered some reporters and they went to find Fawcett where they had previously met. Nothing more was ever heard of the Swiss man that had met him, supposedly met the old man, nor the reporters. Investigators.
What? All the reporters disappeared.
All the
Yeah.
reporters disappeared
The
too?
fucking reporters disappeared too.
Okay, that's where people.
Wow.
You think the news agency would be like, fuck, where'd my
Right.
reporters go?
They probably were.
Send more to find out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
We
Let's
gotta
go report
on
on this. Yeah, we got to report on this. Where we go?
It's a vicious cycle.
Hey, less white people. What do you want?
So there's Amelia Earhart. That's probably the most famous one.
Good
July
old
2nd,
Amelia.
1937. She was already a legend for being the first female to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. They embarked on a mission. Her navigator, Fred Noonan, and her went on a mission to complete the first flight around the world. The pioneering...
I thought she was flying by herself. I didn't know she had somebody with her.
Yeah, she had somebody with her.
Oh yeah, they on the island somewhere loving it up. They good.
Loving it up.
Yeah, I thought it was just her by herself flying around. I didn't know she had a navigator with her. And so yeah, so I thought
When
just
she
only her disappeared.
she
Think of
had-
how
yeah.
shitty it is for that dude, though.
I mean,
Nobody even knew he was
knew
there.
he was there.
Right,
Yeah, I didn't know.
right.
You hear about me? All right.
Yeah.
Poor
Well, they
bastard.
never found her. Never found
Or
any
him.
remains. Or him.
Or,
Right.
yeah, you said
Right.
her. They didn't find them, bro. He
Right.
counts
Yeah,
too. He
right.
matters.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Navigator males matter.
Navigator doesn't matter. Not really. But
this one was kind of weird. James Edward Tedford. So 56-year-old James E. Tedford and his 28-year-old wife Pearl Tedford had moved back to Vermont at the end of World War II. At the end of his second spell of military service, Tedford returned to their rented property in Fletchertown, Franklin, Vermont, to find his wife missing. His close family claimed they had no clue as to where his wife had vanished to. The only detail they had was that they last saw her walking to the Amico store when she disappeared. Okay, now I was thinking the same thing you guys are thinking right now.
The Amico story.
So, around 1947, a lonely James Tedford checked into a soldier's home after searching for his missing wife. 2 years later, James also vanished. On December 1st, 1949, James was returning to the retirement home from Vermont when he disappeared mysteriously. The route to Bennington passed through the Green Mountain Forest. At the time, the area was renowned for creepy events such as disappearances. All 14 passengers who boarded the bus testified to seeing him there sleeping. However, when the bus arrived at its destination, James was gone. No one had seen the old man get off the bus at any point of the journey. His luggage remained tucked on the luggage rack of the bus.
There's a love, death, and robots episode about that. Have you guys seen that? Or sort of like that, where the
No.
guy gets off the train and gets it. Okay, well,
Oh,
never mind, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. On the
When he gets off the
second
train.
season.
On the second season, where he gets off the train
that
and
was
there's
pretty
like those little things come out and he has to get back on the train. Yeah.
This one's weird. I had listened to a podcast about this one. So the Sodder children. So
Solder children.
the disappearance of the 5 Sodder children is by far the eeriest case on this list. 5 out of 10 siblings disappeared under unclear circumstances from their home on Christmas Eve night. Rather than head off to bed, the 5 kids asked their parents if they could stay up and play with their toys. The parents agreed and went to bed. Then a strange series of events began. The phone rang, and when the kid's mother answered, the voice on the other end asked for someone unknown to the mother. When she said she didn't know the person in question, the voice laughed and immediately hung up. As she heads back to the bed, she noticed that someone had drawn up all the shades and unlocked all the doors, and the lights were on. The family was later woken up by the sound on the roof, only to realize that the house was in flames. Luckily, the parents and 5 of their children managed to escape the inferno. None of the kids that had asked to stay up were in sight. The Sodders never stopped believing that their children were still alive, even when the official conclusion was that they had succumbed to the inferno. This sliver of hope was backed up by a photo of one of their sons as a grown adult. And this is a bullshit list.
Oh, yeah,
Emailed,
that's definitely my son.
emailed anonymously in 1960. Yeah, they had
What? Emailed anonymously?
what is that? Rocket mail?
Not yet.
Travis,
What the fuck?
Travis said Krampus got
Yeah,
him.
Krampus got him. So there was Roanoke. I've got this one other one that was fucking
Roanoke. Why does that sound
super
familiar?
fucking creepy and weird. This is probably the most disturbing one on the list.
The
Also,
Roanoke.
I'm gonna sleep great
I'm
tonight.
scared. I'm scared. I don't
Okay,
want to
so
hear it.
Tara Calico's unsolved disappearance and reappearance in a Polaroid. So if you guys can see this picture on
Yeah,
the stream.
That I hope is staged.
So on September
It
20th,
looks pretty bad.
yeah, 1988, Tara Calico left her home in Valencia County, New Mexico, for her daily bike ride. The 19-year-old was never seen by her loved ones in the flesh again, but her mother does believe that she surfaced in a Polaroid the following year, in which she was shown tied up. Investigators have been baffled ever since. So, as she headed out the door the morning of her mysterious disappearance, Calico jokingly told her mother, Patty Dole, that she'd better come find her if she didn't get home by noon. The young woman had a tennis date with her boyfriend at 12:30 and told her mom that she was determined to be back by then. When noon came and went, Calico's mother drove up and down her usual bike route to look for her, but to no avail. Her mother then contacted the police, but a subsequent search party yielded few clues. So pieces of Calico's Walkman and cassette tape were found on her route, but police were convinced that these had been broken by Tara on purpose in order to lead police to her. Then her missing persons case went cold for the next 9 months. Authorities began to ask questions about Calico's parents and home life. They tried to find out if there were reasons for her mysterious disappearance, such as abuse. Police found nothing but 2 distressed parents who loved their daughter dearly and wanted nothing more than for her to be found safely.
I don't believe him.
On June 15th, 1989, now this is where it gets really weird. 1989, authorities found a Polaroid in a convenience store parking lot 1,500 miles away. It showed a teenage girl starkly resembling Calico and a young boy both lying on sheets and a pillow tied up with duct tape over their mouths.
Is that the one? Yeah.
And that's in the picture. Calico's mother felt certain that this was her daughter. The girl in the photograph had the same scar on her thigh as Calico. While the FBI remained skeptical, experts at Scotland Yard
What about the boy?
agreed with it. Fuck the boy. We're not worried about the boy.
See, that's where society is.
Right. He's
Fuck
the
the boys.
navigator.
He's the navigator.
Exactly.
Calico's mysterious disappearance took yet another distressing turn when the Henley family came forward to claim that the young boy in the photo was their son. Michael Henley's remains had been found in Zuni Mountains in 1990. However, it's likely that he died of hypothermia after wandering away from his family's campsite. So,
Wait, so how did motherfucker get in the picture, bro? See,
well, that's the weird thing.
Wait, what? Yeah.
So,
y'all are letting some supernatural shit in my house right now. I don't like this.
Wait, now that was the
It's like
son
the
of
aliens are
who?
gonna
Was that
come
the
to
so
boyfriend?
that was
in
a
the picture?
different
family, just a
different
random family said, hey,
yeah.
that was our boy in the
They're
picture,
like,
but he
that's
died.
our
He died.
boy, but he died of hypothermia, or they had said that he died of hypothermia when he wandered away from a campsite. So how did these two get into a picture? Because this is pre-fucking Photoshop.
Well, yeah, but sounds like white people selling their kids to me.
And, that's a real picture.
Like you do. That's the thing I wonder is like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell too, because like it's a Polaroid. It's like, yep, that's my son.
Yeah,
Completely
I guess.
unrelated, but it's so like it looks like they were both kidnapped. Were they geographically close?
Were they? That's a good question.
I mean, like, yeah, it could be like one of those old, what do they call them? Kid fiddlers, like going around snatching up kids.
It's right here, Travis. I think Travis wants me to load up a volcano, so I'm gonna do it for him.
Oh,
right. Show off the volcano.
Out.
Oh man, that volcano fucked me up.
It did,
trying to sort your wedding stuff out, and you're like, all of a sudden it was like, are we arguing, or am I just not getting it? Because you're like,
you weren't arguing. You just weren't listening to us. That was the thing.
Probably because I couldn't.
Yeah, I got you real high.
I haven't been that high in a while, Teddy.
And then there was the Sarah Joe. So there were a fishing day out in Hawaiian waters. They had departed in February 1979 from the coast of Maui on a small fishing boat dubbed Sarah Joe. Family, friends, and authorities mounted massive search and rescue operations to no avail. A decade later, authorities received information of Sarah Joe's sighting on the coast of the Marshall Islands. Next to the wreck, they discovered a grave of one of the 5 missing persons. How the boat got there, who buried them, and where the rest of them were are questions that have continued to baffle researchers and historians. So did they fucking eat them or what?
Yes.
If you run out of food, then yeah.
What time frame did this happen in?
That was 1979, and then they found it in 1989.
Damn, 10
Damn,
years
a
later.
decade later?
Yeah, a decade later. In the Marshall Islands.
I don't know where the Marshall Islands
Marshall
Not
Islands,
close.
isn't that way the fuck? That's where we did all those nuke tests,
Yeah,
right?
like
Where, okay,
Yeah,
so
Bikini
where
Atoll.
so where did the boat disappear? I don't know where that is and where are the
so
Marshall Islands.
Maui.
Oh.
So if we
Think
look
of
up,
past Hawaii, even on your way to Japan.
how far are
Okay.
the Marshall Islands?
It's where
from
we
Hawaii?
tested all the A bombs and H bombs.
4,279 kilometers.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a ways.
quite
Well, I
a
mean, yeah,
ways.
but if they don't have any food and maybe the boat is, say they don't come across anybody, you could float for a while. I don't think I'll see you floating for a decade, but
you
Yeah,
can't float
probably
for a
not.
decade. What are you gonna fucking harpoon a shark out in the middle of the ocean or some shit? Fucking.
So
hey,
that's
Josh
it.
Straw, somebody's got to go out there and wrestle a fish or something. I don't know what to tell you. we
That's-
gotta eat.
That's it
Wrestle
for the
a tuna.
disappearances. The thing about the disappearances though is they fucking disappear and you just don't know, right? Like there is
So-
There's no answer.
right.
Do you remember our first show?
Was that the Dyatlov Pass?
The Dyatlov Pass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a disappearance.
Yeah, that was a disappearance. So that
well,
was in
didn't they
Siberia,
find them? But
wasn't
they
it?
were all dead with weird shit.
Yeah, it was in Siberia. So there's like I forgot 5 or 6 people, and they all went out. They were all researchers, and they were all like fucking prepared. Like they had all the shit that they needed to survive, and they knew how to.
To camp in the winter, basically.
And
on the
then they
mountain, right?
fucking yeah. So like they found them. Like after they didn't return after a while, they fucking went out and found them, and like a couple of them had just like disappeared. And then like they found the body of 1 or 2 of them, and they had like fucking radiation burns and shit. Like their insides had fucking burnt and shit.
Yeah.
It was like weird, but they were in the middle of fucking Siberia. Like where the fuck, like what the fuck? And they were like naked too.
Look, you just got to ask an ancient astronaut theorist, right? He'll tell you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's ancient astronaut theorist shit. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's super weird. And wasn't that area known like it was in the Ural Mountains or something, right?
Yeah, they think there
So it
was
was-
like some kind of research facility up there, Russian research facility. That's like the theory. The major theory is that like there was some kind of fucking radiation testing up there. They were, doing some kind of testing up there, and those people found that shit, and
Walked into it.
some of
got
them
all fucked
disappeared.
up.
Some of them didn't. You know what I mean?
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
what are
The
you
Russians,
doing
we
here?
just
It's like,
leave
oh,
you
we're
there,
just
we don't
testing
care."
radiation shit.
Yeah.
Now you stepped in it. You stepped in our radiation test.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, so
And then the leg fell off.
that's our discussion about mysterious disappearances. Next up, we have What's Sexy, and first up is Mystic with Malignant.
Yeah, man. This is just a fun fucking
Mhm.
movie. I don't even care if you like horror movies or not. It's really not scary at all. It's more. I found myself. Although I guess I don't know, Teddy. You don't watch horror movies a lot, do you?
I don't. I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
Care for them.
Like
don't know.
I found myself admiring the fucking the filmmaking
Hmm.
more than I
Yeah.
did anything else.
The
Like,
lighting was
he used
fantastic.
the
in that movie.
lighting. It was and it was the
colors.
camera movements. Like he used like the Sam Raimi like dolly fucking pull with the focal lens
Oh
where
yeah,
he
I
goes
just
back
saw that
with
where
the
she was by
lens.
the tub or something.
Right. Yeah. So like he's using shit like that, but he uses it very effectively. Like that part Ashtray when that chick was down in that fucking tour of the underground Seattle, and she's given that tour, and like the lights went out, and remember that long camera fucking focal pull that's like following her into that tunnel,
Yeah.
and it just built so much anticipation. You know what I mean? And then he
well,
doesn't
like you're waiting for freaking
for a
something
jump
to
scare.
move.
For a jump
something to be
scare, and it
scared or
just
something,
wasn't there. Like he's really good at doing shit like that, at like building up the anticipation, and then fucking you're like, where's it coming? Where's it coming? And
Sometimes, it's
not
like
there. It doesn't at all.
like
you know what
jerking
I mean?
you right up to the hilt, and I was like,
It's like edging.
Fuck. Yeah, you're right.
I was edged 4 or 5 times during a horror movie.
But you're talking about, but you like horror pictures, so you're being literal right now. You really were edged 4 or 5 times.
Well, you weren't like a huge horror fan.
It's not that it was
recently.
Aren't you all like part of like that Shutter thing? Isn't it all horror stuff?
Well, yeah, but
the thing is this movie, with the way that he made it, it would have worked with almost any genre, I think.
No, really.
And besides comedy, and I think it would have been just as amazing. You know what I'm saying?
This is for you, Travis.
it's
and then the last half an hour was just a ride, just a fucking fun ride, dude. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I concur, and it was I think one of my favorite things was the lighting colors, as far as cinematography wise. Yeah, because the rest of the stuff, it's a spoiler. I'm not gonna talk about, but
it was really very Tim Burton color palette-y, if you will, but not as over the top, not as bright. It was like that, but that contrast.
Yeah.
That really chiaroscuro fucking dark contrast. He used it really well.
Cool. Next up, we have Teddy with WarioWare.
So WarioWare originally came out on the DS. It was they had WarioWare Touch. There might have been one before. I think it was just WarioWare Touch. But it's a series of mini games. There's a picture that appears. Your character's there. It'll yell out something like they were said tweeze and like plug. You got to figure out what to do. Some of them are
shoot stuff up a nose.
Well, it depends on the character you use. It depends on the character you're using. You get this mini game. It gives you what to do, and you have to figure it out before the timer runs out. At the bottom of that screen, there's a little bomb with a fuse lit. It's really, really fun. They have a ton of characters in this one. In the earlier one, I believe you only got to use Wario. But this one makes it even more difficult because there's certain characters that can't move, and you have to shoot stuff or use hooks to get over. There's some characters that move only in one direction, and you have to figure that out. There's some characters that can't stop moving, and you have to do that. It's
sounds amazing.
Really cool. It's a really cool, fun, fast-thinking puzzle game. So that's what I really like about it. I'm used to it. So when I played with this one's 2-player. So when I played with my wife, she's like knock it off. She's like, knock what off? And not shoot something and knock a little green eraser off, and the picture slide off a desk or something. You have to think quickly. And it's kind of a funny game.
Now, can you play this
so you're
single
each playing
player?
it on your own Switch?
I'm sorry?
Can you play it single player?
You can play it single player, yes. Playing it 2-player is a lot harder because like some stuff you have to do. Like one has a train. It says you have to make it go. So one person's jumping up and down on the little boxcar things.
That little hand lever.
Yeah, little hand lever thing. So like if your partner is not working with you, then he can't fuck up the game. And
if your wife don't know how to play the game,
you get 4 lives.
That's what he really wanted to say.
No, she did great. No, I'm joking. She did great.
My question was, were you each playing on your own Switch?
We were each playing on our own Switch, yes.
Do they just link through like Bluetooth or something?
They do. I mean, they ad hoc has been out since like PlayStation days. Where they can talk to each other. So I mean, it's
piece of shit.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Well, it started out as ad hoc on the PlayStation, on the PSP. I don't know what it's called now, but yeah, the Travis
ad hoc, Proctor Hawk.
That'd be so great if there was like
I'm willing to learn, Teddy.
A Nintendo fucking press conference, and they ask like, "Is
I know
this
I can never
multiplayer?"
fully
and they're
understand.
like, Fucking
Your
ad
video
hoc
game
has been out
perspective.
for 20 years, you twat.
We've had that since Reagan was in office, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. Dipshit.
The fuck is wrong with you? So yeah, it's and the puzzles they get. My son was like, I beat the game. I was like, you beat the first level of the game. I mean, you have to keep playing it and it gets harder. He's like, how many times? Like, I think it goes up to like 10. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, just because you beat all the puzzles, the easy puzzles in one night, that doesn't mean you beat the game, bro. I mean, but if you have a Switch,
Skeeter.
check it out.
Burn ya.
All right, next up we have Ashtray with the real game changer at the Met.
Ah, yes. So normally, topic or thing I wouldn't give too much of a shit about, but because it was all in the news and it's basically they call the Super Bowl of fashion. There's the Met Gala, and I didn't think too much of
Dude, I didn't know
Billie
what that Met Gala
Eilish's dress, other than it was nice. You know, it's like it's
That's
a very
Billie Eilish?
yeah.
Wow.
She went for this, like, for one thing, I mean, what she said is she has never really done much of that kind of feminine look. But you see the picture in the outline, you kind of see the
very
full, it's like
gay.
a big 15-foot. What's
He's
that?
obsessed with Billie Eilish.
No, not so much the Billie Eilish thing. This article actually is my what's sexy, because I thought, yeah, it's cool. It's like she basically based it off of the Christmas Barbie dolls. There you go. You can see how big it is. That you remember in Christmas, at least my sister used to get them, the Barbie dolls that had the huge fucking trains.
No, we got. I'm black. My sister got the Barbie dolls with braids and stuff. We didn't have those
Aw.
trains. So no, I don't. know what you're
Anyways,
talking about.
so this article though, so I didn't really think much of it, other than it's just like, yeah, she went for something completely different than what people expect from the way she normally is. She anyways, the dress was made, so all these dresses that all these people show is like they're made by these, the different high-end fashion designers, and it's what becomes that it's a whole cycle of like, oh, what celebrity's wearing what?
Right.
Circle jerk in the fashion world. Did you see like Alex AOC?
None of us watched this.
Dress? It was
None
in the
of us-
news
I
this morning.
didn't see anything.
None of us see. Dude, I didn't.
Okay,
I
let
didn't
me
know
bring
what
up the picture.
Dude, I didn't know
All
what the
right,
Met Gala
AOC,
was
did you see
until
this
fucking
article?
Ocean's
Yeah, I saw
AOC
this.
won the dress with, it was Tax the Rich dress. Yeah, show that in the feed because that's relevant. So the point of the article is like, yeah, there's all these people that make these crazy outrageous fashions. Is like, you should search, and also after this, yeah. So here's AOC's, which the thing is like, yeah, cool, tax the rich, but it's like, you know how much it's $35,000 a ticket.
Wow.
To go to the Met Gala event, yes. And
yeah,
it's like,
but that's
you
probably
are
paid by the
fundraising.
designer. The
designer.
Oh, sure, the dress is paid by the
That's
designer.
their price for the advertisement that they get. You know what I'm saying?
No, sure, for AOC it is, but like, just if you want to attend the Met Gala,
the designer paid $35,000 to have this person wear their dress, and gave them the ticket.
I don't know if that's how it works, but the dress is of course paid for by the designer. It's all a promotion thing. But my point being
the ticket is.
He's talking about the
I think
Why
AOC
wouldn't
murdered
the
a
designer
child.
pay? Yeah, why wouldn't the designer pay the $35,000? Because they're getting, you know what kind of advertisement that is, that you made a dress for the fucking Met Gala?
I'm talking about regular people, not the people who are walking up not the fashion
Don't
people.
step
who
on
attend.
fucking Ashtray's Met Gala.
Holy
okay?
shit, there's more than the fashion people? I didn't.
Yes, I'm saying it's not like
Oh my
everyone
God, don't
there.
get mad that I didn't know
Jesus,
that.
there's a whole bunch of. It's like the Oscars or any of those other fucking things.
I've never put a dick in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, let me school you on this. Anyway, so the point being is, she's this tax the rich, fucking dress. Of course, she didn't have to pay for it because it's made by a designer, but nonetheless, that designer is the rich. this whole event is the rich, because the people who go and attend it, the other rich people, yeah, they're going to it because they can pay the $35,000 it is to get a table or, you know, a seat at the table.
I didn't even know there were people that weren't the people that were dressed up like that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know
no,
what I mean?
they're
Like
just...
I like there's really just normal people that pay 35 grand to go to the fucking Met Gala.
They're not normal people, but they are people in the fashion industry.
But they're not wearing some outrageous dress. They're not wearing.
Yeah, they're not there. They're not showing off. Like, they're not part of the parade.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they are part of this event.
No idea.
$35,000. I'm part of the.
I would have been way more. I would have been way more impressed if AOC would have shown up with fucking trash bags and a fucking hobo sign.
Right?
That said tax the rich.
And it said tax the rich in marker, like an actual homeless person.
She should have shown up instead of going inside, just protested out front.
Well, and the thing is, the AOC thing is an example of like celebrities have used it as an event sometimes to make some provocative statement, you know, about whatever, you know, dilemma we're talking about in the culture at the time. Anyways, saw Billie Eilish, the picture that you of what you saw earlier.
Go back to fucking Ashtray's crush.
Why are we still on this?
Go back to her. No.
Here, let's zoom in.
My point being is that so it's the fashion house, Oscar de la Renta. I didn't know this till reading this article in the Atlantic.
He's my friend.
And it basically was pointing out that, like, yeah, AOC did this, you know, and like all these people had these crazy fucking things. The thing is, Billie Eilish basically forced that fashion house. She's a vegan, I guess, and she forced the fashion house to stop using any furs. And
yeah, for 5 minutes.
No, like, I guess apparently, like, from here on out. And she's like, yeah, I'll only wear this dress if you like basically publicly state that you're going to stop selling furs. And I don't really give too much shit about fur industry. But have you ever seen those videos? I'm sure, Oracle, you went to China. You've seen those.
No.
Dude, you went through that whole thing just to tell us. You could have told us she because she wore that Barbie dress that they got him to stop wearing furs.
The thing is, I had to argue with Mystic to understand the concept of, like, what the $35,000
You go to a wet market in China, the fur industry seems like fucking JV compared to that.
Exactly.
Fucking
and so,
geese are like drooling on each other. And
the article, though, shows that she's the first person to actually, like, make it be like, to make basically like demand a change or something and not make their dress about like, oh, I'm posturing about this social
I don't understand what the 35 what that had to do with anything.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
the two didn't connect at all, and you blamed it like you're trying to teach me something.
you went through all that shit for nothing.
About $35,000.
No, I just went the you know, it's okay if you didn't want to learn.
All right.
Look, I didn't know what the Met Gala was.
Okay, well, we learned what the Met Gala was.
Yeah, so now you learn about what the Met Gala was.
I learned a bunch of useless
also
information.
The first celebrity to
welcome to the Red Eye Report.
Force a company to do something instead of just showing a fucking fancy dress with a message like AOC.
Okay, well, let's get into a much more pressing issue, and that is Neo, the complete edition. Well, actually, this is Neo too, but I'm playing Neo. Anyway, so I have tried the Souls games lightly a few times, and I just didn't really get into it. I tried them on console.
Those motherfuckers, those things are hard just to be hard. I mean, they fuck you just to fuck you.
Exactly.
And I don't like games like that.
And I don't like games like that either. So I was skeptical, but this was free. Neo 1, not Neo 2, on PC on the Epic Games Store. So I'm like, okay, let's fucking check this shit out. And I started playing it. I'm like, fuck, this is really fucking hard. But you play it more, and you start to, because you have 3 different combat stances that you can have during this, and you have these different weapons that you can specialize, and you're specializing your armor and
This
shit
is
like
just
that.
as ostentatious as the Met Gala.
Oh, shut the fuck up. This is way
Shut the
better.
fuck up, bro. Don't you dare.
I
And-
completely agree.
Dude,
I completely
I-
agree, though.
Thank you.
I
I
really do.
sat down
He's right.
and played this game for fucking 10 hours straight. I could not
Damn,
get away
10
from it. I
hours?
could not get away from it. I
Man, I don't
fucking
know how
was
Carolyn puts up with
obsessed.
you.
I was. She kept on coming over and being like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Go away! I'm fucking working on this. I'm grinding to beat this boss."
Pocket.
Because the combat is so fucking tight on this. The controls feel
yeah, you
so
gotta be-
good on this, and I mean
Yeah.
everything
What? I'm trying to understand.
changes. So
Are you
like,
like a ninja?
yeah, you're like this
Samurai. It looks like.
Ancient
ninja
samurai?
dude,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
and there's every aspect of it. So for instance, if you have heavier, the amount of weight, the percentage of weight that you can carry affects how quickly you can change combat stances and how quickly your stamina meter goes down. So, and you get into these one-on-one battles with like other samurais and shit, and you can see their stamina. So it's like you have to like strategically, like, okay, I'm gonna go in, he's lunging, I'm gonna hit him, I see his stamina's down, okay, I'm gonna go in, but I need to back out before his stamina comes up, before he recovers.
That's
It
right.
is fucking badass. It is ridiculously hard.
Have
but
you
it is
have you
really
played
cool.
have you played Ghost of Tsushima?
No, but I want to play that.
If you like this game, I think you'll like Ghost of Tsushima. It's not as fanciful as this one. It does deal with. Well, I mean, this
This
is
has like
more,
a
this
bunch
is more
of magic and
right.
shit.
I mean, this is more
It's like a
supernatural.
regular fashion
It's a
show
great
compared
term,
to
though.
the Met Gala.
How
Yeah,
often
anyway,
do you
fuck
get to
both y'all.
use the term fanciful?
Yeah, fanciful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is just like a fantasy game. The Ghost of Tsushima is like a really there's some guys, if you fight them like shit, it takes you 10 hits to kill them. But if you fight them the right way, you kill them in 1 or 2 hits. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, I'm terrible
really,
at those games. 'Cause
really
I'm usually
fucking cool.
ripped when I'm
Yeah.
playing them.
Because
yeah,
the
you
game
lost me fucking at Samurai.
is fair. It's brutally
It's fair.
fucking hard, but it is fair.
Brutal, but
Where
fair. I
when
don't
you
know.
die, you're like,
Right.
yeah, I fucked up, man. I
That's
shouldn't have
Sekiro.
Just
done
like
it.
the
Yeah.
Jellystone Police Department. Brutal.
I play
but
video
fair.
games just to bullshit with people.
All
this
right,
ain't no
fuck
game.
you
This
guys.
is the life, homie.
Yeah.
Next
it's
up,
more
we
of a
have
lifestyle.
Fuck What You Think, where we go tell you to go fuck yourself in a tree trunk. And first up, we have Mystic with The Matrix. Just move on.
I don't get it, man.
Oh, the
I
new
mean,
Matrix
I get
one?
it. It's gonna make a lot of money, but I don't get it. Just,
Well, what,
just
the
leave it
Matrix-
alone.
The Matrix the Matrix's movie were good movies.
Well,
No,
it's
they
still
were.
being made.
They
it's still
were,
being
and-
made by
and
the
if this
Wachowski
one-
sisters,
Listen,
right?
if this one is good,
One sister.
then that's cool.
well,
sister.
one
Yeah, it's
sister's
just-
directing it,
it's
but I'm
just
sure the other
Lana.
sister is
No,
part of it or
didn't have
not.
anything to
No.
do with it.
No, it didn't have anything
Oh,
to do with
really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
good for
anyway,
her.
If it's good, then that's cool. I'm down with it. But most of the time, these aren't. Shit like this just isn't good. You know what I'm saying? They try to force fucking some stupid story plot or storyline, and it just fucking doesn't work. I hope
Mhm.
it does, because I like the Matrix movies. But
I
man,
haven't
just-
watched them
This
in
is
a
the
while.
original Matrix. What the fuck is this?
This is the new.
It's the original.
This
No,
is
this is
the-
the original. This is the
Oh.
original.
Yeah, this is
well,
the
yeah.
original. But why does it say Matrix 4?
Okay, the Matrix 4. This new one is not a It's a continuation of the Matrix. It's not a reboot.
well, they're
Yeah,
just
you're
showing
watching the wrong
scenes from the
trailer.
original Matrix.
You're watching the wrong trailer.
You're wrong. You're
is
watching
it?
the wrong trailer.
It says
Jesus, who put
Matrix
that link
4
in there?
teaser trailer HBO
All right, let's
Max.
get him the right one. Hold on.
Wait,
Dude.
no.
Yeah,
Yes,
these parts
that's
aren't even in
correct.
the movie.
All right, hold on.
What the fuck? That's from a fucking different movie.
Jesus. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on 1 second while we get the new.
That's what happens when you search
Resurrections.
Bing.
You were using Bing?
Who the
So
fuck
was
was using
I.
Bing?
Look at-
Hey, that's
I
how you
found
get
it
those
right
fucking
here.
reward points, dude. Okay.
Put it in the-
Matrix
put it in the Facebook.
Resurrections, is that the correct movie?
Yep, that's it right there, buddy.
That's it
Here,
right
I put
there.
it in the chat feed.
All right.
Oh,
No, don't do that. He doesn't need to do that.
Or otherwise, I'll put it in our feed too.
It's on there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can fucking sit there and you know what I'm saying? Calm down. Jesus.
I don't know, dude.
It looks cool.
I mean, it looks cool.
Might not be good, but
the thing is, though, the thing about the original Matrix, like they're gonna have to tap in. So the original Matrix, they were tapping into kind of like the fears of that time in terms of technology.
Yeah.
You know, so they're gonna have to tap into like our modern day sense of that.
Well, the trailer.
I think it'd be so much easier because I think it'd be so much easier because back in when the first Matrix came out, they were hackers, which was hacking was around, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is today, and it's as easy as today because you can buy a little shit off of something and just put it on somebody else's shit. So I think it'd be easier. Is that
what this is going to be? People, the fucking Agent Smith is going to steal credit cards.
Patrick Harris. It's got.
No, but I'm saying I'm like back in the phones they had in the movies were like the old Nokia phones. The cool thing about them, it had the thing that slid down from the numbers. I mean, it was the technology in there was older than today, so it'd be easier for them.
Yeah,
because more people are.
But that isn't really that interesting. Like they have to get into
turn the trailer.
That's what I'm saying. It's too hard. It's too hard to keep making a movie that you think is going to beat what the original Matrix trilogy did.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it the fuck alone and write something new. You know what I'm saying? Like man, it's a money grab. I hate money grabs.
Let's get
this is Indiana Jones
cool
4.
Shit. Where's the cool shit?
Well, they're coming out with another Indiana Jones movie.
Turn the trailer volume down, please. I can't hear you guys. Our fucking listeners probably can't hear shit.
Who cares? You're watching fucking The Matrix.
Yeah. It looks like this. I agree with Mystic. This looks like dog shit.
All right. Turn it down, Jesus.
Dude, it's on your end.
It's on your end, bro.
You idiot.
God damn it.
You fucking moron.
We need to have like
you opened it on your computer.
Right.
No,
you're not ready. You're not ready for fucking the Matrix.
What the fuck, man?
Okay, Grandpa.
You can't say that word. It's our word.
Jesus Christ. Turn her down.
God damn it. We need to have like some kind of alcohol or drug with him. Like count his drinks or make him show his line.
I'm starting to rethink the whole functioning alcoholic.
I mean, really.
Fucking retard. Well, maybe it's your failing kidneys. That's your fuck what you think. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, no. What fuck would you think? That was pretty fucking funny. It was like syncing up with the trailer and the thing. I was like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah. So I was like, my kidneys. Oh, my side
kidneys
were hurting
from laughing.
Yeah, no, not from laughing here, but like in the last week or so.
Alcohol is not a substitute for water. That's why.
Exactly. But it's like, oh man, is this where it happens? Like, it's all catching up to me, and my side's hurting. So Corey's like, WebMD.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
It wasn't WebMD, but it was like, how do you tell if you're having, like muscle pains or, kidney pains, like kidney problems? And basically it said, yeah, if it feels like a sore muscle, and like it's not a sharp pain, it's not kidney failure. Yeah, you know what it is? It's trying to ride that goddamn unicycle still.
How's that going?
Practicing on that. Oh, I mean, I'm baby steps. It's humbling.
I mean, think how long it took you as a kid to learn how to ride on two wheels, and you've been doing it all your life, and now you have to, as a 30, 40-year-old man, you got to learn how to ride.
Now I got to learn how to ride in one wheel.
One wheel, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's. Anyway, you use muscles in your feet and legs. You had to stabilize yourself.
Yeah, not only that, but like think of the little hula hoop girl on the like the dashboard. You know how she goes back and forth.
Why are you standing up? Why?
He's demonstrating the
Jesus
hula
Christ.
girl.
I'm demonstrating all the angles.
Yeah, but
right
I
now,
get
sorry.
it. We get it. We get what we know
know
what a
the
hula
hula
hoop
hoop
is.
girl.
That motion, anyways. Yeah, trying to fucking balance on that thing is
So
giving
can
me
you
like.
go down the street? with
Oh,
this
not
thing?
yet. No.
Not yet.
No.
So
no.
what
Oh,
are
yeah,
you
he
doing with this
He
thing?
can.
What am I doing with it?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to balance it, and like ride for a good I'm building up the muscles around in my legs too to like control that 50-pound fucking beast.
Well, lunges help you with that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
almost seems like in the world of unicycles, you just bought like that big fucking Harley with the 350 in it,
Right?
like the big
My
boy.
dad
You know what I'm
got
saying?
the,
Like this is
yeah,
your
got it.
first bike. Here,
Yeah.
You could
My
ride
dad
this
got me
bitch.
like the Hummer of fucking
Right.
vehicles.
yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those videos are like how to ride it. They look little ones where it's like, oh, it's down by your ankle. Like, oh, it doesn't go up to your knees and bruise the fuck out of you.
So
No, because they're over 6 feet. That's why.
let's get an ETA on when we're street worthy here.
Yeah,
What do you
dude.
think?
I want to see next
I have no
summer.
idea.
Next.
Oh,
summer.
I
Next
hope.
summer, because you ain't doing it over the winter.
No, I was gonna say I hope to before it starts snowing. At least be like,
Oh, all right.
yeah, I
Well,
can
doesn't
have
it
my.
start-
We
doesn't
need
it
a
start
video.
snowing there
You
in, like,
need to
November and
send us
shit?
a video.
Well, of course, I'll make a video to prove it to you that I can do it. But
Oh, I don't
Okay.
want to prove it. I just want to watch you fall.
that's why, yeah, I don't want to record it yet.
Okay, next up we have me with writing me in on a grant that I had no idea about.
What?
Yeah. So I get into work and my boss pulls me into the office and she's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you about this, but I got this like 15-page grant proposal and supposedly you're supposed to be running this thing and it's not my job. Like another department fucking wrote this grant and it was like completely fucking like disregarding my job duties. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like 6 hours a week that I was supposed to do it. It's absolute bullshit. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what?
Wait, so they just picked you out of thin air or what?
Oh,
Or
they're
how
just like, oh yeah, Lucas will do this. Yeah.
your bosses or people above
Yeah.
your department or what?
A different department along with people
Just
above
tried
her.
to fucking they just tried to pawn that shit off on you,
Right.
dude.
And
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
I am not
fuck
going
that.
to talk because they have not talked to me about it yet.
Yeah, I will
I'm
fucking.
I'm not going to them. They can come to me if
Yeah.
they need this so badly.
Yeah.
And try to convince
motherfuckers.
you.
Exactly.
What is
Yeah.
it for? What
That
is it
grant
for?
better pay you handsomely.
No. Oh, here's the thing. So I do expressive writing workshops and I write grants and I have received thousands of dollars and have written 50-page grants and shit to do this stuff. I will not get paid anything for this.
What?
Yeah. It's expected to be done during my work time. And
No.
yeah.
Nope.
No. It's a big nope.
That's not. Yeah, no, they can't make you. Do
No,
that. What
it's
the
a big
fuck, dude?
no.
That's
I'm
retarded.
gonna tell them to fuck off. No
Yeah, they're
fucking
just trying
way.
to find some. They're just trying to find some fucking. They're just hoping you're too nice.
Yeah, so wait, is this just a grant proposal or this
No,
grant has
it's
been...
done. But you know what? Fuck
So they
their
got
grant.
the money, but
Yeah.
they're saying,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Luke will do it."
Yeah, fuck those guys,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Fuck 'em. They're stupid asses.
Yeah. So what happens then? Like, does
I don't
do
know.
The grant...
Then their fucking shit'll fail. I don't know.
Well,
They
I
better
guess
figure
yeah.
it
Do
out.
they have to? Does the grant have to? I guess have some sort of results.
Yeah, it's
to,
got to have results. They're
validate
fucked.
itself.
That's right.
They better figure it out. Look it up on
Yeah,
YouTube.
figure it out. That's my favorite line from Letterkenny. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
All right, next up we have Teddy with bad roadwork planning.
Okay, so on my way to work, I don't know if you guys saw we are down here. I kept you all mostly on a lot of wide roads. There are a lot of single lane highways down here.
White roads?
Wide roads, 2-lane roads or more. There's a lot of single lane roads down here. The one going to my house is a single lane road and it goes for a while. There are a shit ton of them around here. And a lot of them are when you get off the interstate. So
Single
like
lane, you mean like One on each side, right? Not
Yes,
a
yeah.
single car. Okay.
You're right. Yeah. My bad.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Yeah.
No,
single lanes,
that you said it right. I just want to make sure I got the same. I got the right idea. Go.
Okay, so when you get off the interstate, you make a left. It right after the interstate. That's when the road starts. But there'll be people working on the road or doing some kind of road work or tree work or line work, but there won't be any signs up to let you know, hey, you're gonna be stuck in traffic for about an hour. We're not gonna so there's nothing. Even when you're on the interstate, and like there's usually when you drive on the interstate, there's a sign that says this interstate's gonna be closed.
Like, hey, you're gonna be fucked in a bit.
Right. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to interstate on these dates from like 9 to 12 or whatever. It tells you that shit, but not down here. They do it rarely. A lot of times you'll be driving fucking. Tonight I gave a guy a ride home from work, and we had to take Interstate 24. There was all of a sudden traffic started slowing down. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is the traffic slowing down? Why are we stopping? We're stopping because as I roll up, there's a sign that says a half a mile up. We're doing road work. You're going from 4 lanes down to 1 lane and half a mile. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that
Half a mile?
shit? Yes,
Wow.
they do that shit down here. It is so goddamn annoying.
That's a tight.
It's
Fucking
like fucking
bottleneck.
shit.
Usually they like do 2 miles.
Oh no,
here, I
no.
think.
Well, here in
They
Wisconsin,
would take you down. They would
do
take
road
you down from like
construction
in like a
year
mile.
round, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in like a mile, they'll take you down from 4 lanes to 1 lane.
Oh,
It's very
fucking
fucking annoying.
rednecks, man.
Well,
Fucking
if we
retarded
do
son
road
of a-
construction,
It's
we have
because
to
the
done
good
it
old
all.
boys are like, hey, let's go out there and do this whole part today.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to do
Yes.
that other one today.
Right. Do it tomorrow.
It's got shade over there, and I will hit that one over there.
Right.
That was a great accent.
That's the show.
It's a horrible accent, you know it.
In all seriousness, go fuck yourself. That's our show. We're going to be here every Thursday or Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/redeyereport. You can also twiddle us at redeye_report. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm Oracle.
I'm Mystic.
This is the Ashtray.
And I'm Teddy, and I got my road joints ready. Woo!
Dang.
I am.
Hey,
This
see,
is
look
the
at
Red
that.
Eye Report.
10:59.
6
See,
hours?
if I
How many
did
you got there?
fucking
An
carry
hour?
on about the Met Gala,
Well, no,
we
yeah,
would have been a
I've got
short
one-
episode.
I've got one for the fucking for the drive up, and then where we got a house and stuff. So I got 2 for the time party with them, and then I got 1 more for the drive back. So
No, Ashtray.
guys-
It's because I
the guys-
landed this thing like Sully at fucking midnight.
dude, just because you feel like the episode is not going long enough, that does not mean you
Sully.
just ramble on about something for like 30 minutes.
Hey, I will find any means and measures to justify my actions.
Talking about Billie Eilish. Yeah, we know.
I mean, really.
Tom Hanks brought that character to life. Sully.
Right.
Sully.
I haven't seen it yet.
Sully.
Is that on
Oh,
HBO
man.
Max?
You're missing out on an American masterpiece right there.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah,
I
it